Hello, my Built for 1000 Nation. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. We are back with another Watcher Wednesday. This one is titled, Are You Scared of File? I don't know. What's the file? What kind of file is it? Is it a zip file? I don't like them. I don't know why. I just don't. They're assholes. I'm excited to get in today's video. I can't wait for Puppet History to come out. Oh my god. I'm excited. Alright. I'm ready to get into some more Are You Scared? Hopefully you guys are excited to get back into the Are You Scared as I am. If you are, please go ahead, turn them lights down low, put on something comfy, couple something special. Let's get it creepy up in here. You know what I mean, man? You know what I mean.
This video contains content that some might find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. People love to look into other people's lives. Social media is proof of it. But imagine being able to look deeper into someone's private life. Not just seeing the edited happy moments, but also the sad ones, the boring parts, and seeing how they act naturally when they think no one is watching. Tonight, our inquisitive narrator finds an old camcorder containing way more than a glimpse into a stranger's life. I'm Ryan Bergara, and this is Are You Scared?
Slightly.
A show where I tell my friend Shane Madej the internet's scariest stories. So lock your doors, turn off those lights,
Turn them off.
and let's see if we can make it till the end of the night.
Turn them lights down low.
File 10. As a lifelong introvert, there are two main hobbies I use to fill my weekends. Long hikes in the wilderness and scouring garage sales and thrift shops for old home movies. Found footage, basically. Little glimpses into the lives of people in the past.
That's cool.
Wait,
Cool.
home movies? That's f***ing weird.
Yeah, that's like they're peeking into other people's lives. That's kind of neat. What else would you be doing it for?
I don't know, to get there?
Perv stuff.
Pervy stuff.
We're talking pervs.
Flicking the bean.
So when I was out hiking earlier today, I was elated to stumble upon an old, busted camcorder lying in a dried creek bed. It was like my two pastimes had merged. The thing looked like it had been buried for a year or so at least. The body of the camcorder was scratched to and the lens had a thin crack, but the memory card looked intact. I tossed it in my bag and spent the rest of my hike wondering what sorts of birthday parties and camping trips I'd find when I got the files on my computer.
Creepy.
When I got home,
Why are you
I
excited for
ordered a
birthday
pizza
parties?
as I started the file transfer.
I like
I'm
this.
excited to watch the files, post anything that seems of wider
I
interest
feel
to
icky.
YouTube, and call it an early night.
I feel icky. I feel icky.
The following will be a record of the files on the camcorder.
Okay.
Oh, this is fun.
It's a good format. What do you think is going to be on this first file?
I think it's gonna be.
Ow.
You ever seen?
No, what are you talking about?
It's just a classic thing where people are like, ancient art was unearthed, and then you click on it, and it's just.
I mean, that certainly is a with a
Yeah, I think he's got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
File 1. The interior of a car appears on the screen. An older model, with trash littered in the cup holders and large camping backpacks filling the back seat. A messy-haired young man sits in the driver's seat as he drives along a long dirt expanse. The camera turns around to show the operator, a young girl. Her hair falls along her shoulders in soft brown waves, framing the most piercing blue eyes I have ever seen, like shards of the ocean itself, impossible to look away from. While still pointing the camera at herself, "Say hi, Dylan."
Okay.
The driver, Dylan, smiles, but seems a bit camera shy. "Tell everyone where we're going, Dill." Dylan replies, "Camping." "With who?" "With Sydney and her most recent boy toy." "With Sydney and Jordan, yay!" The woman's enthusiasm is contagious, and Dylan smiles. Speaking of,
Oh god.
as the car slows, the camera operator rolls down her window and sticks the camera out, giving me a view of a man and a woman, seemingly in their 20s, presumably Sydney and Jordan. "Hey guys," says the camera woman. Jordan has a nervous smile, but Sydney is as excited as the camera woman. Heather, Dylan, camping, woo! Heather says, just a second, let me make room. End of file 1.
That sounds like the beginning of a horror movie.
That's right, always just a fun time.
Right.
And how's it gonna go bad? You're already in the woods, so that's already, one step closer to land.
There's always like the party couple. We got the party couple.
Yeah.
Woo, we have a
Hey, woo!
there's always one of them who's like really kind of like mousy and
Yeah.
like, I don't know about this.
This also reminded me when they were talking about like the dirty cup holders. I need to clean my car. It's a fucking disaster.
I cannot stand dirty cars.
Oh,
they
you
make me want to throw up.
You should never look in my car then.
Oof.
It's bad, like embarrassing bad. File 2,
All right.
15 seconds long, a hike through the woods.
I feel
Sydney
bad
and
for him
Heather
sometimes.
walk in front, chatting and catching up. Behind them walks a relatively quiet Jordan, meaning Dylan is filming. He pauses and does a sweep of the woods with the camera. The sun is starting to set. It's beautiful. End of file 2. File 3. My computer screen floods with a green haze. It took me a moment to realize I was looking at a basic form of night vision, fancy camcorder. The screen is a woman's feet as she walks through the woods. When she comes to a big rock, she says, "Oop, not tripping over you." Sydney's voice. She slips past the rock and it dawns on me that she's using the camcorder's night vision to navigate the forest without tripping.
Sometimes when I'm not wearing my glasses, if I'm like, I don't have my glasses around, I'll take my phone out and just put it in front of my face, and it gives me vision.
Whoa, that's genius.
I know.
I've never thought of that.
Yeah, it's fucking sick, dude.
I can't be good for your eyes. You're
Well,
just-
I'm not doing it all the time.
But
It's
I
just
mean,
I've done
you're
it here and there.
You're like piping blue light, like just right into your eyeballs, like at close proximity.
Yeah.
Her pace is quick
Yeah.
and nervous. Her breath hitched.
Should have some glasses for
When
that.
she spots a downed branch, she sets the camcorder down and starts breaking it apart. She must have been charged with finding more wood for a fire. At one point, while trying to snap a thick branch in half, her torso tenses and her head snaps up. She looks around, like a rabbit sensing danger. I look at the audio track on my computer, but there's nothing. Whatever sound she heard, the microphone didn't pick it up. With sticks in hand, she lets out a huff and starts to walk back the way she came, humming a gentle melody. It sounds like a lullaby, something a mother would sing to a scared child. Simple, repetitive, comforting. She's trying to be brave. She starts to mutter to herself,
Like Brian
why can't we ever
does.
do a weekend someplace nice? Why can't we ever camp at a spa? It was almost amusing. Suddenly, the crunching of the leaves stopped. She pauses and listens. Her breath comes in uneven gasps. When she starts moving again, her pace is quicker, and she begins to hum again. Apparently, the gentle hum wasn't enough to ease her anxiety, as after a bit, she begins to whistle. Sydney, there you are. It's Heather calling out to Sydney. Sydney stops whistling and says, there you guys are. Man, these woods. Except she didn't stop whistling. It was still there, under Sydney's words. I ran the clip back to the last few seconds. Sydney does start talking, but the whistling continues.
Do they hear the whistle?
What the fuck?
No, but I don't want to put my Shaniac hat on because, frankly, it's too big for my
I
head.
knew you were gonna go there.
But I will say that wind, in the woods does tend to sound like a whistle.
It does.
yeah, but that's more of a,
That's good.
and not like a.
What if you heard, I'm gonna fucking kill you?
I'm just like fucking throw. My dude. What do you think about that?
And then I'm gonna rip your tongue off and stick it out of your throat so it's wiggling out there like a xenomorph. Something about this sourceless whistle feels weird.
Yeah, way
It feels
too
like a
much
chilled
hands.
wind against the tip of my ears, sending shivers licking down the nape of my neck and ice along my spine.
I'm getting itchy.
And if it wasn't
man.
coming from Sydney, then where was it coming from?
Where?
End of file 3.
We don't
I love the
fucking
file
know.
format.
It is good. We love files in this office.
Oh.
File 4. The video flickers, and the forest floor appears on my screen for a moment before turning a dead black. Audio still works, but all I can hear is a distant rustling, and the occasional giggle from what sounds like Sydney. I turn up the volume, and bits and pieces of conversation come through. I think I heard one of the girls
This
say,
is creepy.
"That's not funny, give it back." Then "Seriously, Jordan." After some muffled conversation, Sydney speaks clearly.
I mean, the fact that he's just going through it like he is creepy to me. It's quite unsettling. Like, I don't know why it shouldn't be, but it is. Now, what's going on with these people in the video is kind of terrifying the fuck out of me too. So, you know, it's creepy all the fuck way around.
Did you hear that?
No.
Her voice was barely a whisper, but crystal clear, as if she were standing not just right behind the camcorder, but right behind me, as I was watching it on my computer. I start the file again to see if I can hear what Sydney mentions, but the volume all the way up, I still can't make out the muffled conversation. Now show me the realization you hear something. Oh, much bigger.
Was that too much?
I thought it was gonna be more like.
I thought you'd get really scared right away, like, and throw him across the room. No!
You gotta listen to this.
Oh, I'd be like, all right, let me check it out, bro. Do you have a splitter?
Yeah. I still can't make out the muffled conversation, but I do make out the whistle. The exact same whistle from the previous file. Same pitch, same rhythmic lilt, same hollow melody. It doesn't sound like a whistle Sydney is making. It doesn't sound like a whistle any human is making. End of file 4.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be pretty stoked if I found this camera at this point.
Oh yeah, because you're in the clear. You're just like,
like,
whoa, this is
yeah,
pretty
you can make a
dumb.
movie.
This is some cool cinema.
But it's content, baby.
It's a
And
movie.
I love it. I
That's
eat
gonna
it
be a
up like
movie.
It would be crazy.
Thanksgiving turkey.
I'd be eating popcorn.
Cabin in
Oh,
the Woods
absolutely.
2.
I'd pitch it to Apple. I'd be like, hey, I got this box
Or
of
Tubi.
f***ed up footage. Let's make a series
Or
out of this.
something.
True crime's hot right now. So dwindling.
Yeah.
People are getting a little tired of it. But let's do it, Apple.
File 5 begins with chaos. Heather yells, piercing through my headphones, still turned all the way up.
Dude, could you shut your girlfriend up? She won't stop screaming like R2D2. She's been doing it for f***ing hours.
That explains the whistling, too.
Oh, it's are they being tracked by R2D2?
Is she R2D2?
Her voice is hoarse and rattling,
Is
as
she?
if she'd been screaming for hours. She keeps repeating one word, Sydney. Time's passed, and the sun hangs low in the sky, painting the trees with a fiery hue. Sunset, maybe? Or sunrise? It's hard to tell. One of the guys holds the camera, filming Heather as she bats branches and bushes away, tearing a path through the overgrowth. He asks her to slow down, but Heather doesn't listen. Sydney? Sydney? Her desperation is infectious. As I watch, my own heart begins to pound. Suddenly, Heather stops, frozen in place. The camera operator lets out a holy and pans to the side, revealing a motionless Sydney lying on the ground. Her hair is a tangled mess of leaves, her
Is she
face
dead?
covered in blood. Thick black mud coats her neck and her clothes, as if she'd been dragged to where they found her. Her eyes were closed,
What the
and
fuck?
from what I can tell from the video, she's barely breathing. I feel myself start to gag. End of file 5. Is she hiding from the predator? I thought the coat of mud all over her, she's
What
hiding from
the
the predator.
fuck?
Jason Bourne.
We have Jason Bourne,
Is it a werewolf?
Predator,
Werewolf?
And
R2D2.
So those are our 3 main suspects. Knock, knock, knock. I spin around in my
Werewolf?
chair, my veins filled with ice water. Someone was at my door. Knock,
Why?
knock, knock. Slowly, I got up and started walking to the
But you
peephole.
can't come in.
I took a deep breath and looked out to see the pizza guy.
Oh,
I snapped back
Fuck
to
yeah.
reality and took a
Love
break
pizza,
to eat
bro.
my dinner. At this point, I seriously considered never returning to these files. When you're into found footage, you quickly develop a tolerance for stumbling upon disturbing stuff. You won't believe how many people unknowingly donate a homemade sex tape in a box of old VHSs. But seeing Sydney like this made me want to stop, like I'd finally reached my moral line in the sand. After a couple slices, however, I resolved to continue. What if this was evidence for some horrible
that's a
mystery?
little much,
What if
man.
I was watching the only clues in a murder? I decided I was too far in.
Ooh.
I had to keep watching.
Ooh.
Does this mean that guy did watch all
Sexy.
the tapes then?
I mean, it
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like they're the opposite of
100%.
what we were suspecting, which is they're not a perv. They're in it for just, little slices of life. They're not into the other stuff.
That's more comforting to you?
Yeah.
File 6. Night vision again. The forest, serene and calm. Gentle snoring can be heard in the background, as well as the breathing of at least 2 others. For a few minutes, the camera doesn't move. It's just of the woods, as if someone had turned the camcorder on to keep watch. Then, a rustling from behind the camera. Someone picks the camera up and pans over 3 sleeping bodies. Jordan, Dylan, then Heather, all in extreme close-ups, all sleeping. The shots feel perverse, and if those 3 are sleeping, it means the person filming must be. Relief floods my body as the camera is set down, and Sydney walks in front of the lens. She looks better than she did in the last file, but barely. There are no showers out in the woods, but she did her best to get the blood off her face, and she's wearing new clothes. She stares out into the woods. After a beat, she slowly raises her hand. From the still trees,
Wow.
suddenly,
I know
a
I'm
flutter
really quiet,
of wind
but damn.
moves the branches as one, as if the forest was waving back. A few seconds later,
What
the clip ends.
fuck?
End of file 6.
She an X-Man?
No, I was thinking, is she a witch?
Oh, maybe.
I'm gonna go witch. What are you going? You're going X-Man?
I'm going sort of a storm situation.
Like a storm? Yeah, okay.
File 7. File 7 again has no video, only 12 seconds long.
Maybe
The
she's an
rustling of
airbender.
branches and the crunching of leaves. Loud breathing can be heard, like someone is panting straight into the camcorder's microphone.
Yeah.
In the distance, a loud howl, and under it all, barely audible, the familiar whistle. End of file 7. File 8. Clumpy lashes, sodden with tears, flutter across the screen. This time it's not Sydney, but Heather. Ghost white pupils surrounded by the sickly green of the night vision. The audio is heavy breathing, filled with anxiety. My lips quiver as I let out my own sharp, shaking breath. Heather's eyes dart from one side of the screen to the other. In the background, it sounds like a herd of animals might be running. Sticks snap and leaves crackle while a fierce wind blows, tangling Heather's hair. She fights through tears as she strains her voice. I think it's just a prank, she whispers. But I just woke up and they're gone. It's not funny. I don't know why they would think this is funny.
Why?
But I swear I keep hearing things and I don't know if it's them or... I'm so scared and I don't know what to do. Seriously, if anyone finds this, I love my mom. I love my dad. I love Dylan. Or I did before he pulled this prank. I love... Suddenly she stops and claps a hand over her mouth, trying to be quiet. Tears stream down her face as she strains to hear something. End of file 8.
You're camping. You wake up.
Yeah.
Everybody's gone. What do you do after you shart yourself?
I think I stay in my tent, honestly.
Till morning?
Wait it out. Wait it out till daylight.
Yeah. What if it's a Blair Witch Woods where even daylight is scary because the more you walk, you're in circles.
I like my chances better at daylight
Yeah.
still, because I can
Yeah,
see
I'm
everything
itchy.
around me 360. What do you do?
Fuck this.
Oh, of course I wait
Okay.
till day. Yeah, I sleep in.
Make a coffee with one of those like sick like portable coffee makers.
Yeah, those
that
are really
people
cool
have.
the way they bubble.
Little
Yeah, the
butane,
little bubble
like,
ones.
yeah, it's dope.
File 9. Night vision. Heather's voice. Quiet. Whispering to the
Oh, it does
camcorder.
sound pretty good.
Okay, I just found this. The stillness is shattered as Heather begins to vomit. I feel the prickling on the back of my tongue as I struggle not to join her. Suddenly, while the camera is pointed at the expanse of trees, a pair of eyes lights up in the dark, and we see what made Heather throw up. A deer. Dead. Its slender legs cracked and bent at unnatural angles. A large gash is torn through its side from sternum to gut. Mangled insides spill out. In the background, the same whistle can be heard, but louder, more defined. Heather's retching turns into a sob, and she starts to mutter a prayer. Desperate to ease my own waves of nausea, I fast forward. Trees and dirt all shot in night vision. Then, suddenly, a clearing. I stop fast forwarding and watch at normal speed. The clearing itself is a perfect circle. No branches or tree roots dare to cross the forbidden border. Even the ground within was bare of any foliage or fallen leaves. The only
Like that
thing
one
in the
place?
clearing is 3 figures.
I forget the name of the place, but like different ghost places have done. I think the last time I've seen it was like Ghost Adventures or some shit. I know I watch a lot of Ghost Adventures. I bring them up a lot, but that's about all I got the reference. But like in this hill or forest, there's like this perfect circle where nothing grows, and you see like red lights and all kinds of crazy shit. Is this kind of referencing that? That would be crazy.
I'm gonna assume they're all dead as but they might be
Oh yeah,
just
they're dead as
napping,
fuck.
you know?
Well, are they standing?
Actually, I haven't read the next part, so I don't know.
Zombies,
but
bre.
Let's bet on it.
I think they're taking a nap.
I think they're standing.
The central figure had rich, blonde hair that seemed to glisten under the light of the stars. The ends were matted,
Oh,
but
I'm
it
getting itchy.
undoubtedly
Oh.
belonged to Sydney? For a
Fuck.
second, I'd forgotten Heather was the one filming. The name seemed like it almost pained Heather to say, each syllable like sandpaper on her tongue. Heather forces another, Sydney? A little louder this time. Suddenly, Sydney's head twitches, unlike any human movement I've ever seen, like a malfunctioning animatronic. Heather drops the camcorder to the ground. In the fallen frame, I can see Heather's soiled sneakers move towards her friends. Then, she stops and screams. End of file 9. You start glitching out like a wacky animatronic at Disneyland.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call
Oh,
it
that's a
cops
Freddy shit,
and
bro.
let them
It's
in.
gone.
I'm
Done.
trying to, like, is it
I
sort of
helped.
like a,
That's not too scary.
what's scary?
have to be more
Dude,
like-
give me a scary. It's going like that?
Well, like glitching out, you know. Yeah, like a, hey Shane. And you just went,
Yeah, what's up?
exactly. File 10. The last file on the camcorder.
Oh,
At first,
man.
it looks like it's just my reflection on the computer screen. It takes me a full 30 seconds to realize it's not my reflection, but me. Actually me, from earlier in the day.
Wait, no!
Whoa,
Come on,
whoa,
no!
Holy
Oh, hey, I'll tell you what, it's been a while since one of these stories got me.
Yeah, that's good. I did not predict that. I stand in the middle of the woods, light flaring in the lens as I inspect the lens and point it at myself. I had no idea the camcorder was recording. How could it be? The thing looked broken beyond salvaging. I toss it in my bag and the video is dark. Except, what's that? I rewind the video. Right before I put the camcorder in my bag, I pause and notice. I'm not alone. Behind me on screen stands another figure, watching me, almost close enough to touch me. Heather, her mouth opened unnaturally wide, as if still broken in that heart-shattering scream. Her pupils, if they were even there, were imperceivable. She was looking at me with unblinking wide eyes, looking at me through the screen. I tear my headphones out, panting. I look around for my phone to call the police. Then, from within the room, close enough to feel on the back of my neck, I hear the whistle.
Fuck you,
So-
bro.
Are you scared?
No. Yes. 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 Oh, that was
Yowza!
so
Guys
fucking
have got him.
good.
He's dead as
I don't know what happened.
He's dead
I
as
guess
shit.
there's like some whistling thing out there, R2D2.
There's a R2D2 is stacking up bodies out in the
Just
wilderness.
out there getting that kill count up, getting those numbers up.
Sounds like, so maybe this thing is just possessing people.
I guess so. And then the whistling is the harbinger of doom there. Like, you know.
I need closure. If any movie is
Yeah,
like,
we have all
what do you
heard,
think
heard of that
about
fifth
that?
horseman,
I
the
always just in
whistler.
my mind, I'm like, they died.
And that helps
That's
you
why.
go to sleep. You need the closure.
Yeah, please explain.
I'm okay with it being a mystery. Well, great story. And that was actually
That was
written
damn
by a
good.
former Watcher intern, Ronnie Tullo. A homegrown Watcher
Yeah.
product there.
She knows her found footage, I'll tell you that.
It's damn good, bro. Woo! Damn. I enjoyed that. That was the shit. Man, I know I got really quiet in a lot of it, but I couldn't help it. I like a good story, man. I do. Man, I like that. If y'all like that as much as I did, please go down there and leave a thumbs up. It really does help the channel grow. While you're down there, if you want, going over, slap that subscribe button, become part of the B5 Nation. We do some crazy stuff here. If you want to know when that crazy stuff happens, ding that bell and turn on all notifications. As always, be good on one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Damn. That was actually really fucking good. I ain't gonna lie. I was really enthralled throughout the whole damn thing.